let's go ahead and continue working with themes. And here I am, I'm looking at this theme. I'm going to close this. But let's say that I choose one of these themes. I'm going to click Details and Preview. I'm going to read about the theme. And the other thing that's important to understand is that lots of times the theme will have instructions. And what you want to do is read the instructions. Every theme is unique in how it needs to be installed and the features that it has and how they're to be used. And so you want to go in and you want to read that set of instructions that is part of the theme, because they will explain to you how each and every feature is to be used, and otherwise you're flying blind. So let's say I like this theme, I click install, and I've successfully installed this theme. And then of course from there, what I'll have to do is activate the theme and then customize the theme in the customizer. And so lots of times themes may actually have plugins that they need for you to install. So some themes will recommend plugins, and some themes will require plugins. So this one, for instance, recommends the following plugins: Catch Themes Demo Import, Contact Form 7, Essential Content Types, When Featured Image, etc. So I would need to install those particular plugins in addition to the theme for the theme to work properly. Now let's look at something else. There's other ways to find themes. First is I can go to the WordPress.org website. These are the same themes that you saw in the WordPress application. And I can actually search for themes. It's actually the same process as inside of WordPress. The difference is that I can select the theme from here and I can download the theme. So let me show you. Let's say that I like this theme, Popular FX. I'm going to click download, and then I choose a location where the theme is going to be downloaded. I'm going to put it into my downloads folder. It's called Popular FX 1.2.0. It's a zip file, so you have to understand how to use zips. Now, when you work with WordPress, you're going to be using a lot of zip files. You're going to be zipping and unzipping lots of files. When I download this, I leave it zipped. I'm going to save it to my hard drive, okay? And it's downloaded. Now I go back to WordPress, and I go to Add New, and what I want to do is I want to click the button that says Upload Theme. I click that button. It says if you have a theme in a zip format, you may install or update it by uploading it here. I click Choose File. I navigate to the location where that theme is located. And then once I find that location, it's downloads. I select it. I don't unzip it. I leave it zipped. And then I click Open. And then I click Install Now. And that is how I install the theme. And then I have to activate it. So I click the Activate button. And now I've installed this theme. And initially I installed this one, but now I've installed this theme. And once again, they have a theme guide video. That's my instructions for learning how to use this particular theme. There are other ways to upload themes. If you have a FTP console or SFTP console, lots of times you can upload a theme using SFTP. And then if you, depending on how you're hosting it set up, you may have a control panel and you can upload through the file manager, okay? Let's continue. So in addition to that, there are other ways to solve the problem of themes. So those are free themes. There are also pro themes. So one of the places I like to go for pro themes is Envato Market or Theme Forest. And I go to WordPress and you'll see that they've got all these different types of themes available, right? So what I'm doing here is I'm thinking about the type of client that I have and what type of business they have. Is it a corporate? Are they creative? Is it an e-commerce site? Is it an entertainment site? Do I need to worry about real estate or retail or mobility? So let's say I need a creative. I click on creative. It's going to show me a bunch of creative sites. Now, the thing about these sites is that they're not free. They cost money, and they can cost anywhere from $35 to $70, depending upon the number of features that they have and other elements that are designed inside of there. So if I click through, let's say I click on this one here, and what it does is it gives me a live preview of the theme. I can click and I can see what the theme is supposed to look like when it's completely structured, and you'll see that it's got some really nice features and so on. And the thing is that there are a lot of elements built into this that I may or may not need to use. The idea being that it's overkill. The interesting thing about these types of pro themes is that one is that I can usually take a theme like this and use it for more than one site, because I can customize so much of it, right? There's so many features that can be customized until I can actually use this theme to build 3 or 4 different sites, right? And then once again, I want to look at the features that the theme has, its compatibility with WordPress, right? The number of templates that it may have, the type of editing that it uses, right? This one allows you to import demos. So the idea with that is that it's one theme, and there may be 20 optional versions or demos that I can import. And we're not going to do that in the beginning class, but in the advanced class, we're going to go into working with some pro themes and how to do that. So that's another option. And in the second part of the course, I'll go through how to use pro themes. The other thing about pro themes is that you don't own them. You may have to renew the use of the theme, and that can be $60 a year, right? This was a regular license of $60. And sometimes they'll come with plugins, and the initial install, the plugins are part of the install, and then after that, you may need to update the plugins, and those plugins can cost money as well, okay? Another place for themes, Cyberchimps. Same type of deal, where they have a bunch of themes that are customizable, where I can download and install. And in this case, you choose to join the Cyberchimps club, and then you get a kind of like a price break on all the themes. And this is another way that you can use what I call professional themes, right? Now let's look at, I want to show you a couple other ways that themes can be loaded and built. I want to talk about something called Divi, okay? So Divi technically is a theme, but what Divi is a complete page builder unto itself. So it's loaded as a theme, but the idea is that it is the ultimate WordPress page builder. So once again, this costs money, and we'll go into the breakdown for how much it costs later. But the idea is that if I buy this theme Divi, I can use it over and over and over and over again. And each time I use it, it comes with all these different customizable themes, and I can use this one theme to build hundreds of sites. And it is a WYSIWYG application. As you can see here, all the different elements in the theme can be restructured and changed. And then they have different pricing options. So if I come up here, I can choose a yearly access for so much a year, or lifetime access. And when I buy that, then I have the Divi theme forever, and I can use it as many times as I want. And it comes with hundreds of website packs. So this is another way to tackle the problem of themes. Now, another feature I want to talk about is Elementor. So now, Elementor and Divi are very similar in that it's a WordPress page builder with lots of really cool features. And So we're going from talking about themes to talking about page builders. And we're going to look at the Gutenberg page builder, and we're going to look at the WordPress Classic. And then in the second part of the course, we'll spend some time working with Elementor. And the cool thing about Elementor, Divi and Elementor are very similar, as you can see, with having the WYSIWYG components. The difference is that there is a free version of Elementor that you can use, that you can download directly into WordPress, that has a lot of really great features. So if you're just building something simple, you can stick with the Gutenberg editor, or you can stick with the WordPress Classic. As soon as you start wanting to create something that's more sophisticated, and you want more control over the structure and the layout, I recommend that you either move to Divi or to Elementor. Now, the cool half step is that Elementor has a very powerful free, it doesn't have all the features, but it has a lot of features, and it's far more customizable than the Gutenberg or the WordPress Classic, and you can download this as a plugin. So the difference is the delivery. With Divi, it's called a theme, and with Elementor, it's called a plugin, but they both do the same type of thing, where it's a website builder, and it has all these features, and it's WYSIWYG and all these elements that can be configured. And of course, in addition to learning how to use WordPress, you then have to learn how to use Divi, and you would then have to learn how to use Elementor. And once again, you would have to go up and spend additional time. So it really just depends on your type of build that you're doing, and the amount of money you want to spend. If you go to pricing, they have different pricing that you can use here. And so there's some different options. Remember, there is a free version of this as well. Okay, so those are some ideas about working with themes. So the first part of the class, we're going to work with the free themes. And in the next section coming up, one of the sections, I'm going to show you how to customize a theme. And then we're also going to learn how to work with plugins. So that's our little treatise on the use of themes, how to evaluate themes, and how to install themes. We looked at 2 different ways to install a theme. We looked at the different ways that you can find themes using the browser. You can search for themes. You can use WordPress.org. You can use free themes, or you can use pro themes. We looked at the advantages to free and pro. Okay, and then we looked at 2 page builders, the Elementor page builder and the Divi page builder. And Divi is delivered as a theme, but once you get that one theme, you can use it hundreds of times. And then Elementor is delivered as a plugin. Now, I have to admit that there has been a couple of times when I was using the free version of Elementor, which gave me a lot of flexibility, and I was not able to load it into WordPress for one reason or another. It could have been the hosting, but I ended up having to do something else. That has happened a couple of times. All right, let's stop here. We'll come back on the other side.